In this video, I'm going to show you how to replace the front window regulator on your Nissan Armada. Located in the front door of the vehicle, let's get started. We're going to start by using a small plastic trim tool. And what we need to do, we need to remove this handle. This is being held there by clips. In order to get it out, we're going to grab the plastic trim tool. We're going to wedge it between this crack right here and just slide it out. Once you have it in, go ahead and work it all the way up. And now slide it out. With this cover off, we can see there's going to be two 10mm bolts that we're going to be removing. But before we do so, there's going to be another one right here that we have to remove, but we need to take out this cover. I'm going to go ahead and use a small flathead screwdriver. You're going to hold on to the handle and just pop it off. Just like that. That's going to be another 10mm bolt that we need to remove. Using a 10mm socket, go ahead and take that out. Now we can go ahead and remove these two 10mm bolts that are on the handle. Just keep in mind the two that goes on the handle, they're the black ones. They have different threads on. Just keep that in mind when we go back and put this together. Now we need to remove this little grommet. I'm going to use that plastic trim tool. Go ahead and wedge it in between and slide it out. Just like that. Now that we have the three bolts off and this little grommet piece, we're going to go ahead and start at the bottom. We're going to pry onto the door and we're going to work our way up. Once you have it in this position, simply lift up and away from the door. Now we can go ahead and disconnect this. Just going to have a tab right on the top, squeeze it and slide the connector out. Now we can disconnect the inside door handle. We're going to start with the bottom cable, slide it out, and disconnect it from here. We now can repeat that process on the top cable. Just like that. Go ahead and disconnect this one. It's going to have a tab, squeeze it and pull the connector out. Just like that. Before we disconnect the window switch, we want to make sure that the window is all the way up so we can access the outer handle. Now we can disconnect the window switch. We're going to start by using a small flathead screwdriver, and there's going to be this clip right here. We're going to squeeze on one of the sides to slide it out. We're going to do the same on the other side. And that's going to free the cable. Now there's going to be two connectors that we're going to be unplugging. There's going to be this one right here. You're going to have a tab, squeeze it and slide it out. And now we can repeat the same process on the one in the back. And lastly, we have this one right here. It's going to be the same thing. You're going to have a tab, squeeze it and slide it out. With everything disconnected, grab the door panel and move it away from the vehicle. With the door panel off, we can now remove this piece. You're going to notice it's going to have three 10mm bolts. Go ahead and remove those using a 10mm socket. Now we can go ahead and disconnect the mirror. You're going to have a tab. Go ahead and pull it out. Just like that. Move this out of the way. Now we can go ahead and remove the speaker so we can access the connector. Using an 8mm socket, go ahead and remove the 4 bolts around it. Grab onto the speaker and slide it out. Now we can go ahead and disconnect it. Now we can go ahead and unclip this harness using a small flathead screwdriver. On the other side, I'm gonna go ahead and push on the little clip. And as you do that, just pull some weight on the cable and slide it out. Next up, I'm gonna use a pry tool to pry on these two clips for the connectors. We're gonna be doing the same on this one. Now we can go ahead and peel this back. We're gonna start in this corner. Being very careful not to rip it. We're gonna leave it there for now, and now we're gonna work our way on the top. Now we can go ahead and feed these through. Keep going with this one. We're gonna be doing the same with these two harnesses. Just feed them through the bag. Now feed the cables through the bag. Now we can go ahead and feed this harness. Just peel it back a little bit. And now we have access to the bolts that connect to the window regulator motor. Now we need to lower the window so we can get access to the two bolts that holds the actual glass in place. We need to lower it so we can get access to it right over here. And for that, I'm just gonna bring the panel back onto the door, and I'm just gonna plug in the window switch so we can get power to the motor. And here I have the connector for the switch. I'm just gonna go ahead and plug it in. I'm going to be putting power to the vehicle. Just put in accessory mode. And now we're gonna lower the window until it lines up with the little hole. Just like that. Go ahead and cut the power off. And now unplug the window switch. With the window at this level, we can now remove these two 10mm bolts. There's gonna be one right here. And there's another one right here that lines up with this hole. Using a 10mm socket, go ahead and take them out. Do the same with this one. Now we can go ahead and slide the window manually by hand all the way up, and then we're gonna tape it so it's out of our way. We're gonna be using some painter's tape to hold the window. You're gonna go ahead and put some more on the other side. And we're gonna add some right here. We can now remove these 10mm bolt using the 10mm socket. Go ahead and take it out. And now we can lift on the bag and remove this one using the same tool. Now we can go ahead and remove the connector for the motor. I'm gonna use a small flathead screwdriver just to help me unlock it. You're gonna go ahead and slide it in here, and you're gonna see this tab. You're gonna lift up on it, and as you lift up, you're gonna go ahead and pull on the connector. Just like that. Now we can remove these three 10mm bolts. Now remove these two 10mm bolts. Using the 10mm socket, go ahead and take them out. Now we can slide the whole assembly out. You're gonna notice on both sides, there's gonna be a hook. What you're gonna do, you're gonna grab onto the assembly, slide out, just like that. We're gonna do the same on this side. You can get your hand in here, go ahead and slide out. And now we can go ahead and take it out. And here's the window regulator. Now we can go ahead and slide the assembly in the same way the old one came out. We're gonna start by sliding this onto the hook. Line it up with the hole. And now we're gonna do the same with this one. Now we can go ahead and start these two bolts by hand. Line it up. Go ahead and get them snug. Do not over tighten these. We're gonna go ahead and do the same here. Now we're gonna lift over here and do the same with this hole. And now snug it up. We're gonna do the same with this one. Now we can install the 3 bolts that goes to the motor. Start them by hand. And now get them snug. Next up, we can plug the motor in. Just give it a wiggle, make sure that it is nice and secure. Now we can take the tape off. Make sure when you do this, you hold it onto the window so it doesn't fall off. Now we're gonna go ahead and slide it down very slowly. And you're gonna notice it's gonna bottom out. And that should be lining up with the window regulator. Now we can go ahead and install the bolts. Now we can go ahead and start the bolt by hand. Do not tighten it yet, we need to put the other one first. For the other one that's a little bit hard to get, I'm gonna be giving you guys a tech tip. We're gonna go ahead and wedge in a piece of tape, and now we can put the bolt in. Using the socket and an extension, I'm gonna go ahead and start it by hand. This is just so the bolt doesn't fall inside the door. Go ahead and start it by hand. And I'll remove the little piece that we installed previously. Now we can go ahead and get it snug. Do the same on this one. Now we can go ahead and reinstall this piece. We're gonna grab onto this harness. We have to feed it through this hole. Gonna do the same with this one. Gonna go ahead and start putting it on. I'm gonna grab onto these, feed it through the hole. Start lining it up. And now we're gonna do the same on this side. Now we can go ahead and clip these two connectors back on. We're gonna start with this one and do the same with this one right here. Clip the harness for the speaker. Now we can go ahead and install the speaker. Plug it in. I'm gonna go ahead and slide it in, lining it up with the holes. And now we can install the bolts. Go ahead and get them snug. Now we can install this piece, lining it up with the holes, started by hand. Go ahead and get them snug. We can now go ahead and connect the mirror. Now we can go ahead and install the door panel back. Starting with the bottom connector. Line it up and plug it in. Now we can go ahead and plug this in. Starting with the small one, line it up, push it in. Let's give it a light tug. Now go ahead and install the big one. Give it a light tug. And now we can go ahead and plug this clip. Now we can go ahead and install the cables for the door handle. We're gonna start with this one. You're gonna notice it has a little knob. We're gonna slide that in onto the lock. And now we're just gonna lock it in. Just like that. We're gonna be doing the same with the other cable. Now we can plug this in, line it up, and push it in. And now we can do this one. Now that we have everything connected, we're gonna start feeding the door panel through the top. Make sure you clip it in place. And now we're gonna work our way around to make sure that it clips in place. We can go ahead and install the grommet that goes right over here. Simply line it up and push it in. Now we can install the 10mm bolt that goes right here. What I like to do, I just like to put it onto the socket and then spin it by hand. This is to avoid stripping it. Once you know you got some threads, go ahead and snug it up. We can now install this trim piece. And now we can install these two black screws, starting with the bottom one. And now the top. Go ahead and snug them up. And now install the trim piece. Line it up and push it in. With the door panel installed, we can now go ahead and test for functionality. And that'll be job done.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.